Today, we're visiting Knott's Berry Farm, home of Snoopy plushies, large crowds, and of course, big roller coasters. But Knott's Berry Farm hasn't always been about just beagles and thrill rides. Its history is actually quite different than you might think. This is how fried chicken built a theme park. This handsome devil is Walter Knott, and this is him and his wife Cordelia. Together, they opened up the Knott's Berry Farm Berry Stand in Buena Park, California. Now, this berry stand would get them through the Great Depression, but it wouldn't be exactly what would bring families from all over. It would actually be Cordelia's Fried Chicken. You see, right behind me there is a chicken restaurant right over there that they opened up next to the berry stand. And this place popped off. You would have to wait hours to get a table there. But the thing is that Walter didn't like the fact that people would have to wait so long. So he did what any sane restaurant owner would do in this situation, and that is to create an entire Western ghost town to keep you entertained while you waited.
This is a simple story about a young married couple who started this little roadside berry stand way back in 1920. Walter and Cordelia Knott began with nothing. There was almost no chance for success, and yet they did succeed. With courage and hard work, Knott's Berry Farm has grown from 10 acres of rented farmland to a massive 200-acre family attraction. The Knott family loved the West, so they decided years ago to make the farm a place to keep treasures of the past. This ghost town was brought here and added to building by building from abandoned gold rush towns all over California. The town and every exhibit in it are faithfully authentic. Old Betsy here was rescued from the Mojave Desert.
And this train is actually still here to this day, and so is a ton of other stuff that Walter Knott brought originally. So we're gonna make this our first photo of the day. But there's a ton of cool stuff laying around Ghost Town that I want to show you guys, and a lot has changed too. So let's take an adventure and let's take some photos. I think if you were to travel through time from back then till now, the first thing you would probably notice that's different is this giant behemoth that is behind me called Ghost Rider. This roller coaster is a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite roller coaster in California. Now we'll head past this replica of the Gold Trails Hotel, go a little bit deeper into Ghost Town until we find another Knott's Berry Farm landmark. We're gonna go inside the Calico Saloon, we're gonna bust through these doors like we own the place and get a drink at the bar, and then we're gonna head upstairs to the second floor so we can fully appreciate this beautiful saloon that they built in the 1940s. It's getting pretty hot outside, so I stopped in to get a quick sarsaparilla. Spilled a little on my shirt. One place that I find pretty interesting in Knott's Berry Farm is the Overland Gun Shop right here behind me. Now this place doesn't have any real guns, but it does have replica guns, and it's got knives, and it's got knives that look like guns. And it's got sheet metal posters of America's greatest heroes. Now it's kind of crazy that a place like this even exists in a modern day theme park, but I think that's what makes it special, and it's what makes it a little daring, and I always like to take a stop in here when I'm at Knott's. From the gun shop, it's just a quick walk down this little path and past the guy who's eternally panning for pennies till we reach our next spot. Welcome here to the Boot Hill Cemetery, where if you stand on this grave right here, named Hiram McTavish, you could still feel his heart beating. Feels kind of creepy. I don't know if that's disrespectful or not. On my way out from the cemetery, I stopped by the old schoolhouse where they have the wood carver out making some new statues. Now his stuff is pretty nice, but they've got two famous statues in the front of Ghost Town that I want to check out. But first, I'll watch the band for a little bit. So these sculptures right behind me were made by the same guy who made the Cabazon dinosaurs. You might recognize those from somewhere. And Kodak claimed that these were some of the most photographed statues on Earth right here because they had to develop hundreds of thousands of photos of these guys. So I'm going to take a photo of them too. Those kids almost got in my shot, but it's okay. It turned out fine. So I took a couple steps down to the blacksmith building where they have a real blacksmith who makes all the horseshoes for the horses that drive the buggy. Now the blacksmith right here ended up taking his break, and then this other guy came out to teach the kids about what was going on, but his fit was so hard I had to ask him for a picture for sure, and he played the harmonica too for me. After the blacksmith, I decided I'd leave the park and head over to Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner. 1, to take my last flick of the day, and 2, take a bite of theme park history and take my chicken to go. I ended my Knott's Berry Farm day across the street at Independence Hall to relax and eat my chicken. That's some good chicken.